He was the model man. He was the blueprint from which all other men would be molded. He was a leader. He knew that everything that he saw, he had charge over. He knew his purpose, and he walked in it. He was fully aware that his words carried weight, and that anyone around him would do his beck and call. You would think that knowing that he carried this power, that he would be able to sustain it, anything that was within his purview. But one day, this man that knew his purpose, this man that knew his power, allowed a moment to cause him to be silent. In his silence, another took over his position. When you choose to be silent, you allow turmoil to enter. When you choose to be silent, you allow chaos to reign. We are in an environment where the frustrations from a moment of silence of an overdue conversation is causing havoc. We are in an environment where people no longer want to have their voices unheard. So how do we get through this mess? I heard it said that wounded emotions buried alive don't die. They simply resurrect themselves at inopportune moments. Well, we are in those moments, but we can do something about it. And it begins with developing a better relationship with yourself so that you can have a better relationship with others. That story of the model man, I read in a book called Genesis. In that book, that man's name is Adam. And I love how Dr. Tony Evans says the story, and you'd have to hear it from him in order for it to truly get its justice. But the basis of it is like this. There was a man named Adam that was climbing a mountain, and behind him were tied several other men going on their journey to reach the pinnacle of success. When suddenly Adam fell, and along with him every other man that was tied to him fell as well, except one, the last Adam. This Adam pressed in. This Adam anchored, was able to allow all the other Adams to climb back up to achieve the success they were trying to reach for. This last Adam was Jesus. And in this moment of chaos, I have had to learn some of the lessons from the silence that I allowed to take place in my life and had that chaotic moment reign. But in Genesis, I learned that God saw fit before all of that ever arrived in my existence to give me an anchor. And Jesus is that anchor. And I'd like to invite you, if you're not really sure how to get through this moment, to allow him to be your anchor as well. And because he is my anchor, I was able to have a better relationship with myself, which allowed me to have a better relationship with others. Because having a better relationship with a being greater than who I am lets me know that even though this moment saddens me, even though the chaos that it reigns right now, and I know will not last. Because from the beginning of time, God saw me and loved me enough to make sure that I had an anchor. And I offer that as an opportunity for you. This is Tanya E. Hood, walking in my purpose. And I want you to do the same.